a little bit longer. We've got an awesome slideshow for you. So welcome, welcome if you're joining us. And let's get started here. I mean, this is one of, would you say, Courtney, one of the biggest problems that we see new coaches having is they have this big calling on their heart. They have this, they know they're meant to do more in the marketplace. I certainly know I was selling mops and lint removers, wrote a book about that many years ago. I knew that my purpose in life was not to sell mops. And for whatever reason, I had a ton of resistance around doing my jam, around starting and breaking into the expert, the expert online marketer coach market. So what was your experience like, Courtney? I mean, did you have the same thing? Or was this like a big, hard leap for you to make? I think it's a real challenge for a lot of our clients.
Yeah, I I definitely had a challenge with the visibility. And for me, locally was easy, my local market, but your local market keeps you in a very small pond and there's only so much growth. So my visibility barrier or issue was learning about the online world and how to make that work. So that's been my breakthrough, is really using that as a way to get to my ideal client and be able to prosper my business.
Right on. So we want to talk to you all about how to break through your visibility blocks today, whether that's locally, whether that's online. And we're going to share with you some specific steps. Ask us questions, guys. Drop us an emoji. Let me know that you guys can see us, hear us. All the technology is working. I'm going to start sharing my screen because I did bring a slideshow for you guys today. And if you're just joining us, Courtney Hemphill, our Rockstar Sales Trainer Manager, is also here with you. And we're going to be having a conversation with you guys all about visibility blocks, because this is hands down, I want to talk about what this means, how it shows up for you. And I'm going to start sharing my screen, how to break through your visibility blocks. Just to quickly show you, and absolutely, I'm totally bragging, I'm so proud of the results that we get for our clients. Just a quick little shout out to celebrate my new $6,000 full paid client today. Yay, I just joined last week. So we have a phenomenal results with women in our 10K in 30-day mastermind. Vanessa, Simpkins, Nazim, you took me from having a group or presence on Facebook to having 1,200 people in my group. So this is what's possible, when you become visible. And let's be really clear. If you're not out there making offers, if you're not out there bragging that you're the bomb, why not? Why aren't you doing that? There are people out there that need your services. So let's really dig in here. We're going to give you some specific concrete steps to break through visibility blocks. But first, I want to show you what's possible. Can you imagine this woman here, 4 new clients in less than 30 days? July 26th, please celebrate with me. Got my first high-end coaching client. August 2nd, just landed another one. August 14th, hell yeah. Client number 3 and client number 4. This was in a 30-day period. What would that be like for you? What would you do in your business? What would happen in your personal life with your family? What would you do if you were able to generate 4 new high-paying clients? Let's put a price tag of like $2,500 on each client. That's $10,000, very doable. Here's another client, grateful for another $6,000 client today. That's $28,000 this month. So, I think a lot of people say, oh my God, Vanessa, like 10K in 30 days, like that would change my life. But I can't do that. Listen, we have people that are doing $30,000 in the first 30 days, close to it. So the real question here, all right, is, what's preventing you from making offers, being visible, helping people with your services and selling your services for a high price point? I just signed up 2 more full pay clients, the tune of $12,000 last 30 days. How does it get better than that? I'm showing you guys this to show you what's possible. And that with a new mindset, you're going to get new results. Guys, what got you where you are right now is not what's going to get you where you want to go. And this is hands down one of the first things we tackle with you on, in our 10K and 30-day 8-week boot camp. So let's talk about why you might be having visibility blocks. Maybe you're not sure about how to position yourself in the marketplace, right? I don't know what problems what can I actually sell? You're not sure what you actually sell. You don't have a name of your program. You have an idea. You're not clear on a program structure. You're not really clear. If you don't know what the heck you're selling, kind of hard to get out there and start promoting, right? You're not clear. You don't have a payment gateway system. That's like, how are people going to pay you? Do you have an agreement set up? What do you send them? Okay, somebody wants to buy, now what? You don't know how to get started or what to focus on first, or you have some mindset gremlins about your own abilities as an online expert, a leader, a coach. Maybe you think, who's going to pay me thousands of dollars? Or these are the most common problems that we see new coaches having in the arena of getting started, right? And Courtney, what do you think about all these? I mean, do you see people, what do you see? I mean, the majority of our clients, when they're starting, they're like, oh my gosh, that's, this is what I need. This is exactly where I'm stuck.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is definitely our own mindset about how we perceive ourselves. And like you said, how to package that and market that, and then to have the system to do it. So the biggest probably part that's holding most of us back with the visibility is, like you said, the mindset, just believing in what we have to offer and the value of that. And I think once you're confident that what you have to offer is valuable and you believe in yourself, then it's easier to make yourself visible and then easier to implement the system to make that happen.
Yeah, hands down, all starts with mindset.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe that you have something of value, you're not going to lean in and learn the systems. If you don't trust your decisions, you won't make any. If you don't really think people are, what could you offer for that much money? If you're not clear about what you're selling, you're not going to take the next steps to learn about marketing and promoting yourself. So, mindset's definitely a big, huge piece of this. So let's take a look and continue here with the training. We're talking about visibility blocks. Let us know if you have questions specifically for us, how visibility blocks may be showing up for you. Maybe you're in the busy learning without ever earning mode, right? You're taking all the courses, you're going all the programs, but you're not really making any money. I call this the learning without ever earning mode. I was stuck in that thing for 4 years. Went to all the events, but I didn't know how to break out into the expert niche. I didn't know exactly how to position myself. I didn't know how to create some fancy pants name for myself. I didn't know what I was actually able to sell for thousands of dollars. I was going to all the events, taking all the courses, but not making any offers, which is also indicative that you might be really afraid to put yourself out there because you're afraid of rejection. All right. And let's talk about the big elephant in the room. If you're going to get into the coaching industry, you better wrap your head around the idea that you are going to be a salesperson, my friend, because the days of selling services online or making money selling a $47 ebook or $197 or $100 coaching program are going to get you bankrupt. All right. That doesn't happen anymore. That's 1990s. That's 2000 when people, don't think that you're going to, I'm just going to sell the $17 meditation and make millions of dollars because Deepak Chopra does that. Deepak Chopra has 5 million people on his email list. You do not. So what's the fastest path to cash is to sell a high ticket program. That's going to require you to get on the phone with people and talk to them about how you can help them solve their problems. If you're not willing to get on the phone with people, you're not going to make it. If you have nobody to get on the phone with, you have no business. So I want you to avoid those monster mistakes. All right. I want you guys to knock it out of the fucking park. I want you to win. I want you to freaking take your family to Disneyland. I want you to buy a new car. I want you to maybe F off to Hawaii like I did and bring your laptop or go to Italy or put a pool in the backyard or retire your husband or quit your job or tell your boss that here's my pink slip. Build the freaking kitchen, build the extension, buy the new house, whatever it is you want to do. I want that for you. And in order for you to have those things, you really need to get yourself clear on what's really required of you. And I think there's a lot of BS in the coaching industry about, make millions of dollars. Yeah, but you're going to have to strap your tits on and get to work and do the right actions in the right order. And selling is one of the things you cannot escape. Don't think you're going to hire somebody to do it for you until you know how to train that person. You're going to have to train them. Okay. And I've taken my company now from 10,000 a month. We last month did over $260,000. Props to amazing sales manager trainer here and our amazing breakthrough coaches that work with our clients. Couldn't do that by myself. So if you're afraid to put yourself out there because of fear of rejection, we got to get rid of that. That's the number one reason most people don't want to. That's why their business is not working. They're avoiding that because, oh my God, fear. Someone says no to you, you fail, you die. Right? This is another mindset gremlin. It's another, issue with mindset. Or maybe you have no online presence. Okay. So how are you going to make money? You're going to go to speaking events, or you're going to become a road warrior and travel to event after event after event. I'd tell you that gets boring real fast. If you get sick one month, no money. Maybe you have I've seen this as well, huge online presence, no money. I got books, I got funnels, but you're not making sales, you're not making offers. Talked to a client yesterday about that. Superstar, online rockstar. I said, are you making emails to make offers to people? What are you doing? Make offers. Selling other people's stuff instead of your own. Oh, geez, I did that too. Right? And this is a huge topic. Let's talk a little bit about this. You're a coach now. Guess what? You're not selling this physical iPhone or this book. You're selling yourself. You're kind of like an artist. And my dad, so I had the privilege of growing up with a total kooky, eccentric artist for a dad. He was not really, I don't think he really lived in the world. He believed in UFOs. He wore $17 Velcro shoes at freaking Walmart. Used to drive me crazy. He didn't give a shit about life. He just wanted to paint puffy white clouds and the beautiful skies and the reflections of water. And he didn't really live in the world. He had a toenail on the earth and lived in clouds. And so I started my sales career selling my dad's paintings, right? I'd be like, okay, Dad, let's go. And you're going to get, shit, shower, shaved, you're ready to go. Monday morning, I'm going to pick you up, pick up the paintings. I'm going to go see this collector. You're going to just sit there, look pretty. Don't say anything. Don't talk. Let me do the talking. Because he would give his paintings away for nothing. Mm-hmm. He just, and I think a lot of coaches do that too, right? Oh, I just want to help the world. Yeah. But there's Renoir or, Picasso, millions of dollars for a damn painting. And then there's coaches who give away their shit for free. So that's a real problem. If you expect to be paying your bills with this thing called coaching as an online expert, you need to master the sales conversation, and you need to understand that now you're selling an extension of yourself. Mm. And this is where the mindset piece comes in, right? This is where the concepts of yourself come in. Oh my God, wow, why am I just buying another website? And why am I still doing this? Where's the money coming in? And you have this idea of, no one really pays me that much money. Ooh, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. That's why we talk about mindset, right? These concepts of yourself. Your business is just a reflection of your inner state, your inner awareness, your concepts of self. So if you don't like what's happening here, go in here. You are now selling an extension of you. So if any concepts of yourself are out of whack, guess what? So it's going to reflect in your income. Got to get clear on that. Otherwise, I don't care what kind of sales and marketing program you take, you probably won't finish them. And so this is why we have such a phenomenal, outstanding results again with our clients. This is how we're able to take them in 30 days, boom, to $28,000, 4 new clients in 30 days, on and on and on, because we help you with your concepts of yourself. So let me know if you guys are struggling with any of these, problems. Are you maybe selling other people's stuff instead of your own? You're afraid of rejection. Maybe you shying away from online video or speaking, even though you'd be great at it, and you're spinning in circles because you don't want to suffer that rejection. This is a major, major, major problem. So I want to tune in with you guys and see if that's something that's bothering you. Nancy E says, what's the best thing to say when you make an offer? What verbiage works? Great questions. What's up, Nikki? So I love all of these questions. What's the best thing to say when you make an offer? I'm going to give you some really simple recipe. Hey guys, if you have this problem and you want to get this result, give me a call. Really simple. Super simple. We actually give you a full 50-page offer Bible, you know, in our 10K and 30-day boot camp. And because I think a lot of people struggle with, I don't know what to say. What do you mean? What do I say in an email, Vanessa? What do I say on social media, Vanessa? How do I actually say an offer on a video? What's a good offer? When do I say it? At the beginning of the video, in the middle of the video, at the end? I like this 30-day video challenge. We have so many clients who break through their visibility blocks with this simple 30-day challenge. And listen, guys, I made this challenge when my Facebook ads account got shut down, and I had to find a way to be visible, right? If you're not visible, you got a real problem. You don't have a business. And the most visible person wins. Could be your 18-year-old son who's on freaking Instagram. You know, yesterday we were on the couch with the kids, and we had 2 teenage daughters, 11 and 13, one tween, one almost coming into a tween. One teen, one tween, and she said, I'm saying, teach me how to use Instagram. What are these Instagram stories? And they're like, click, 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 show me around. Oh my God, rock stars on Instagram. Guess who's gonna make more money? The rock star on Instagram. Whoops, the rock star on Instagram, guys. That's who's gonna freaking make more money here. The rock stars on freaking Instagram. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I'm clicking all over the place. Because they have more visibility. So how are you guys going to get visible? That's the question. So we teach you a 30-day video challenge. And Nancy, one of the things that we do is, hey, if you have these problems and you want to get these results, call me or send me a private message. Simple, simple. You know, I have this thing here in my office. It says, keep it simple. Keep it simple. We've had clients make thousands of dollars with a very simple video on their own personal page. The thing is, they're actually doing it. Here's my next reminder. Do the thing. Do it. Don't sit around thinking about it. Do it.
Good enough is good enough. I think that's another thing that you could talk on a little bit, Vanessa, for us is the perfectionist complex. Because, you know, when we're looking online, we see other people's highlight reel, right? So things look so fabulous and perfect and wonderful. And then we look in our mirror or look at our own life, and maybe we focus on the flaws. We focus on what's not perfect. And so I think sometimes we can get really frozen with fear or overanalyzing, right? Paralysis by analysis, instead of realizing or taking on a leadership, influential role that we've called to do. We've been called to do this. It's our purpose and our passion. And when we allow ourselves to have the mantra that good enough is good enough, that's when we truly can be visible, become a leader, and have the life that we want. Could you share with us a little more about that and how that mantra for you has taken you from, like you said, ground zero to over 260K a month in cash flow? What is that all about?
That's a great question. We're talking about perfectionism. You know, good enough is good enough. It's one of the mottos. We have like a client code of conduct. We have like a bunch of quotes, Vanessa-isms. One of them is like, strap your tits on and get to work, folks. You can either work for yourself or work for someone else, but you're gonna work. You want passive income? It's called get to fucking work. And one of the other mottos we have around here is good enough is good enough. And that means good enough is good enough. Get it done and move on. So I happen to have a personality. We also look at personality profiling here. It was a big game changer for me when I invested in a mentor, learned all about this stuff. I thought it was just for corporate people. And I found out that I'm like one of these red personalities. Courtney's also like this, that just wants to go, put the gas on it. Is it legal? Can we do it? Let's do it. That's it. I make decisions very quickly. Fire hose, gas and gas, force of nature. That is my personality makeup. And I used to think, oh my God, there's something wrong with me because I'm not so empathetic like other people. I mean, I feel things, but I don't really, I make decisions really quick, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. And in entrepreneurship, I think it is a good thing. So there's good and bad things to every kind of personality type. You have a blue personality type. It's more like my husband, more like our business manager here, who wants to do he wants to do it one time, wants to get it right the first time, doesn't want to go back and do it again. So take a longer time to assess. And sometimes they overthink and they end up missing the boat or taking too long and just not making a decision. The red is like, wow, go. And then, oh shit, we forgot to sign the agreement, or we publish a book and there's a shit ton of spelling mistakes in the book. However, who cares? The book is still published. Ha ha ha, mofo. I got a book and you don't, because you're sitting there thinking, reading, thinking. And I think too many people are on the fucking thinking train instead of the acting train. Claire says, I'm insanely motivated by you ladies. I'm worthy and good enough, ready for my best life. Right on, Claire. I can't wait to see you on the inside of the program. She's been sending messages. And we're, inviting you guys to join in. If you're tuning in here today and you have questions, let us know. Any question is a good question. We're on the topic of perfectionism, and I think this is all the huge. I think for women right around the world, everything has to be perfect. Like you said, there's some of the highlight reels out there. Everyone looks so great on social media. I'm in the habit of good enough is good enough. Get it done and move on. It's never going to be perfect. The first time you had sex, bet you it wasn't great. Bet you it sucked. Okay. But you're still having sex. Like, it gets better every time you do it. You know what I mean? So where does this like crazy idea that, oh, your first book that you launch, first house that you buy, I just bought a house. Oh, wow. All these mistakes, all these errors. Oh my God. Guess what? My husband's like, it's your first house you buy. I'm like, you're right. Did the first website I publish make it? Nope. Not the second, not the third, not the fourth. Man, from publishing 1 book to 2 books to 3 books, did I learn? Yep. Same thing with hiring people. So get around the idea. One of my mentors told me early on that you should rush to make failures. You should, rush, fail forward, fail faster. And I thought to myself, that is damn smart, because I made a lot of failures. And I think that's really where, all this confidence comes from, is that I've been in the game maybe a little bit longer than you have. I've made more failures and I'm still alive. For somebody who has little to lose, they take a lot of risks. Think about this, people who are like in their cushy jobs and they got their 401k and they're so totally miserable. They got a lot to lose. Maybe. Do they really have a lot to lose? You have a lot of failures. You realize you don't die. You learn. And that's really the key here. Get to learning. What if failure wasn't failure? What if failure was just feedback and it gave you another way to, I knew what not to do there, and just try again. Failure is a lesson. Success is a lesson applied. So, I had websites with broken links. I had a business manager who said, you're never going to get to $100,000 a month like that. Oh yeah? Watch me. So you have to be okay with, one of the best affirmations, I think, for people who suffer from perfectionism, it's okay for me to learn as I grow. It's okay for me to learn as I go. It's okay for me. Make a new decision around that. It's okay for me to be a beginner. You don't shoot out of your mother's womb with frickin' Nike shoes, flying, running a fucking marathon. No, you come out, you fart around for a couple of months, and you learn how to crawl, and then you learn how to walk, very wobbly. Then you start walking around with mono hands. Then you start maybe jogging, stumbling, falling. Do you stop walking because you fall down a couple times? The same thing with online marketing.
And the other part of that too, Vanessa, is you often say that authenticity is the real currency or the new currency. And, that really goes part and parcel with letting go of perfectionism. And that's the true inspiration for people in the world, is knowing that you are real, that you have failed forward, knowing that what you are doing is actually attainable for them. Because if the gap from where they are to where they want to be is too big, they're not going to move forward with you as a client. So, share with us what that's all about. What does the benefit of letting go of your perfectionism and allowing yourself to be raw, real, and rare do to your income? What does that do?
Wow. Well, I got to tell you, authenticity is the new currency in business. And I wrote that 10 years ago, 8 years ago. This book came out in 2010. And I wrote that on the back. Authenticity is a new currency in business, because it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter if you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 25, certifications, and you're the best at what you do. If nobody knows who you are, you know what I mean? It's for nothing. And people, there's a couple of rules and laws of marketing. And I think I studied in the trenches sales and marketing every day for years before I became a successful entrepreneur. All right. I did network marketing, went bankrupt, bought a whole bunch of freaking smoothies and shakes. The good thing I learned from that is that they used to put me up in front of the crowd because I had big eyeballs and that everyone would sign up. All right. But I didn't understand cash flow, and I didn't understand what to do every day. I didn't understand that you have to be marketing and selling. That's like marketing first, selling later. So I went bankrupt, bang. Then I sold mops for this company for 4 years, and, figured out, wow, what motivates people to buy? How do I fail and then come, have a cry in my car or do some tapping and move through this failure emotion, feeling like terrible, and get back out there and knock it out of the park and not let that failure stop me. So I practiced that for 4 years. Then I got into the online marketing world, and I wrote a book. And then even though I had a book, it took me 6 months to freaking actually get out there, because I didn't believe I was good enough. I stumbled. I spent all kinds of stupidity. But your audience wants to know the first and foundational thing. You were talking about marketing, and I had the privilege of failure and learning from a lot of great marketers. And, marketing. The key to marketing is that people need to feel understood before they'll even listen to you. And so that brings us back to this authenticity as a new currency. So who would would you rather somebody who just got a certification and just graduated from, doctor school and they can sew you up, and you come with a bullet hole in your arm, and you come to the hospital, and or you've got an open heart, and the whole thing is open and you're bleeding, and you show up at the hospital, and who do you want to sew you up? The guy who just graduated with a certification? Oh, me, pick me. Or the guy who's been in Bosnia for 25 years in the trenches sewing people up every day? I choose the guy in Bosnia. I don't give a shit what kind of certification he's got. That guy's got experience. Sign me up. So it's not your certifications, it's your experience, and it's the way you communicate that, and the confidence and the certainty with which you communicate that, and how many eyeballs see that, your visibility. So this is what we take you through in our 10K and 30-day boot camp. It's an 8-week, let's get you clear on who you are, what problems you solve for profit, your authentic selling stories. People say, oh my God, I got so many stories. Yeah, well, this is the good one. This is the one to tell. This is one that shows your audience, hey, I'm an expert in this arena. I've overcome these problems. I'm listening. You got my attention. Now you better make them an offer. So, rule of marketing number one is people need to feel understood before they even listen to you. And what better way to feel understood than listen to somebody who's been in the trenches? Now you got my attention. And then we show you how to make offers to those people. So I think experience trumps everything. Great questions.
Well, and you're willing to be the poster person too. Like one of the things that you taught me when I came on board was that understanding that when if you're in the beginning stages of coaching, for example, which is a lot of the clients that we do help out. And so you always say, you will most likely coach on where you were 5 years ago. So again, that authenticity, that, that personal experience, that exposure of not being perfect and being to that burning bush, as you often say, and then coming through and surviving, like you also say. So I think that that's a big key too, is that's why it's okay to let go of perfectionism, is that we have to be raw and we have to be willing to tell our story and share our experiences, like you said, so that other people, this isn't about us. If you're truly an influencer, a leader, and a coach, and you truly want to help people transform their lives, you have to take your ego, put it on the bookshelf, and allow yourself to be exposed. And this is where the true growth will come for yourself and your clients. So, if you don't mind sharing with us your trailblazer story, what was it that you were willing to open up about, that you started out with, that has brought you to where you are now? How does that look for somebody that's new, sitting there going,
she's right. It's not about you. It's absolutely not about you. So we all have a purpose. And one of my early mentors said that, your purpose comes and knocks on your door. It's kind of like a pizza man. Pizza knocks on your door, the guy knocks. Don't let the pizza go cold or moldy. So I had a purpose knocking on my door, knock, knock, knock. I started out in business, teaching people about my failure as an entrepreneur and my success selling mops. Okay, from bankrupt to $900 a day selling mops. That's how I started as an entrepreneur. And on the personal side, I made some money as a getting ready as an entrepreneur, because I worked for a company. I sold their things, but I very much learned direct sales. And all business is show business and what people really buy. But on a personal level, I was in bad relationships with a narcissist who nearly killed me. And that was the birth of this book and this brand, Take Your Power Back Now, and this multi-million-dollar women's empowerment company. And I didn't want to write my book. I did not want to tell people about craziness of, living with, narcissists and the healing journey I had to go on, and how to take my power back from that experience. And I couldn't believe when this book came out, how many women still to this day message me, email our team saying, it's like you wrote the book for me. It's 5:00 in the morning and I read the whole thing in one fell swoop. You changed my life. I can't believe there's other people like this. There's so many women. I think that 1 in 6 people have narcissistic tendencies, which blows my freaking mind. I didn't even know that narcissism was an actual thing when I was in that relationship. So I had this like crazy story inside me, and it terrified me. My people were scared the fucking pants off me. Absolutely, 1000%. And what I learned, through this process is that life is only going to give you, it's only going to give you what it's only going to throw at you what you can handle. Kind of like when let's say you have an accident and you have too much pain, your system will naturally shut you down. Your system will naturally knock you out unconscious if it's ever too much. Okay, so we have this built-in system that if it's ever too much pain, it will just knock us out. But what you don't want is to kind of resist your purpose, right? I did that. I was like, woo, not ready to do that. No. I know. And it came freaking banging. It came with a 2x4, wakack. So your life will become very intense until you lean in and surrender to your purpose. And that's really the process of becoming a conscious person. And they don't teach you that in school. I had to invest years of studying spirituality, years of working on myself, years of learning, ongoing. If you want to be an entrepreneur, sign yourself up for a life of ongoing learning. And with that comes like the most incredible fulfillment. Like how many women have taken our program and have changed their life, new relationship. Vanessa, I best thing I ever did in my life. I took my kids to Disneyland, bought a new car, freaking, oh my God, told my boss to F off. Like the empowerment, like it's such a ripple effect. That's nobody can take. No, you're gonna work. You're gonna work, man. You're gonna work probably harder for yourself than you ever did anyone else for anyone else. But it's gonna be all yours. And who you become along the way is mind blowing. Mm-hmm. No one can take that from you. So become an entrepreneur for those reasons. Like, I'm always, ask Courtney, I'm always like expansion. I want to expand. I love growth. I love progress. And I think along the way you get better at learning how to lean in. Okay, this is next. Sometimes I tell people, I'm just like, I'm on for the ride. I'm on the train. Woo! Where are we going? Where does it want to go? Where does this whole movement, this company has become its own kind of thing. It's got its own purpose, which is really cool. We're expanding in some really wonderful ways.
But you got started somewhere. Like you weren't who you are today. And that's what's made you as powerful as you are today. I've read a book that I encourage everybody to read, and it's called The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. And Dr. Gary Chapman was a relationship consultant, a relationship therapist for 30 years. And he ended up realizing after 30 years, he was encountering the same relationship challenges. And that's what made him this amazing author of this amazing book that is life transforming. But what I'm trying to say is that he spent 30 years becoming an expert on that, but he did it by doing. He didn't do it by reading it, watching it, looking at it, thinking about it. He did it by being in the trenches. And so he went from consultant and therapist to speaker, writer. There's an evolution that happens. But if you don't get started, that evolution cannot happen. You can never be the Vanessa Simpkin. And I know everybody wants to have their own flavor, but just as an example, you'll never get to where you are now. And the fun part is that you're just beginning. Like this is just the tip of the iceberg and you're still growing. But how cool is it that you leaned into that fear? You leaned in and let the resistance go that day when you made the decision, I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell my story and allow that to empower other people. And then that became the opportunity of being visible and having this growth that you've had.
Yeah, there's we talk a lot about, the confidence comes from doing, and that's the main point. I think that really is very powerful. You can think on the sidelines all day long, but it's not until you get in the game that you're actually going to learn. And we need to reprogram, everyone's mind with this faulty idea that if you fail, it's over, you're bad, you're going to die. That's the learning, guys. Get used to it. I still fail all the time. And you know what? It's not failure. It's, we're not going to do that again. Learn how not to do that. What can we learn from here? Let's take this and, adapt and move on. And, you read any good leadership book, that's really what it's about. So entrepreneurship is really like a full-on contact sport, and it's got some beautiful, amazing, $250,000, $60,000 a month, My business manager was like, do you know that you make in a month what most people die to make in a freaking year? And listen,
or two or three years.
To my family members, I'd be cutting out coupons. Okay, fuck the coupon. Don't light your fucking coupons on fire. Not interested in coupons. That's not for me. May draw a line in the sand. Love you, family. Knock yourself out with your fucking coupons. Sorry. Those beliefs, those stories, that whole family, you know, idea, it's over for me. Don't talk to me about that stuff. I'm not listening. I don't have time for it. Hang up the phone. I love you, but I'm not buying that story anymore. They don't know what to do with me. They just listen on the phone. You know? So there's a lot of cultural conditioning, and a lot of personal inner work. And that's, you know, the more you do that, the more it's going to reflect in your finances, in your company, in your business, in your leadership. And I think there's a lot of, oh, let me buy the lemonade. Oh, wow, this coaching business sounds great. Yeah, but you got to do the work. Like, you can't escape it. You can buy all these programs, but if you don't trust yourself to make good decisions, or if you don't finish what you start, or if you don't want to put yourself out there, or you don't have any money because your husband makes all the money, hey man, you need to freaking change your life. I'm going to tell you right now, is the worst situation you can be in. This company got started because, you know, the real purpose of my real passion is to teach women how to overcome fear, because that's why they stay in bad jobs and bad relationships. That is what, you know, sets our company aside. Yes, we teach marketing. Yes, we teach online marketing. Yes, we teach high ticket sales. Yes, we teach a whole bunch of cool ninja Facebook shit. Yes, we teach social media marketing. Yes, we teach copywriting. But most importantly, we teach you how to use your mind instead of your mind using you. We teach you how to look inside and say, that belief does not serve me anymore. I'm going to install this one. And we show you step by step how to install it. That's why this company is still thriving. And like Courtney said, we're just getting started. So if you guys are tuning in here today and you maybe you're struggling with visibility blocks, maybe you don't know what the heck you're struggling with, but you're tired of struggling. Guarantee you've got some faulty beliefs and concepts of yourself, and it's not your fault. It's really not your fault. There's no like faulty beliefs 101 course in high school or college. God forbid they would actually teach people how to become conscious and creative and use their faculties. No. Let me be straight with you. The doctors want to give you the fucking flu shot and get you sick and make money selling you the freaking prescriptions and the flu medications at the CVS pharmacy. And the government wants you to work at McDonald's and clean fucking toilets. Okay? That's being a conscious, like learning about how to create real wealth. They're not going to teach you that in school. Do you know, I'm going to tell you another story here. Right before my father died, he died over 10 years ago now. He was an amazing, brilliant artist. Love my dad. He had two daughters. So me and my sister, you know, and we did not go to fancy pants university. Okay. This is my university. 4 years of selling mops. Okay. And this is my university. And thank God. So all his friends, you know, would send their kids off to these like atrociously, obnoxiously expensive universities. And, you know, my dad would go to the coffee shop every morning with his artist friends, whose kids were like graduating from university with like $30,000 in debt from all these colleges. And they were scrounging around trying to get an $11 an hour job. Meanwhile, one daughter is off living in Hawaii. Like, he says, you guys are like rock stars. He says, I tell my friends, my two daughters are rock stars. One lives in Hawaii making $900 a day selling fucking mops of all things. The other daughter's in New Zealand working as an adventure tour guide. We basically said, F off to any kind of structure, any kind of rules, any kind of this is how things have to get done. And I'm really grateful, you know, for having an entrepreneur as a dad, you know, to kind of model and even though he, you know, to show the way, like, hey, there's another way to live out there, you know? Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, we're having just an open conversation. Claire says, and fear is just an illusion, as I've always learned. Absolutely. Fear is just an illusion. And it's a huge, unfortunately, you know, it is that's the part of becoming conscious, right? And this is, you want to read some really great work, check out Neville Goddard. You can find him everywhere, Amazon, Audible. He was a phenomenal metaphysician, and really takes you through some disruptive ideas about the nature of reality and how to change your life. And we share, obviously a lot of that information with our clients. So all of this stuff out here, that's all of this, the money in your bank, the house you live in, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, size of your body, all this stuff that's reality right now is really just a reaction of your past and previous thoughts and beliefs. And that's the biggest cookie nugget I can give you. So if you don't like this, don't focus here. Blind yourself to this stuff. This is going to change when you go back and, and express something different. Express a different belief about yourself. Express a different belief about your value, of how much joy and how much pleasure and how much money is safe for you to have. Claire said it prevented me for 10 years from making a decision. And when I finally did, none of the fears existed. How many of you guys have had a similar experience? We make up these stories of what it's going to be like, and then they're not real. Gosh, that was easy. We see a lot of our clients do that with the 30-day video challenge. Right? Oh my God, I was terrified of doing video for so many years. And then they do video and they're like, oh my God, all these people are coming up to me in the grocery store and they're telling me they love my videos. Kind of cool. People commenting on my videos. Oh my God, people are signing up for having calls with me. Oh my God. Pretty freaking cool, pretty rad. So all of those fears, again, just false evidence appearing real, but it's not conscious. It's not, it's not your fault. No one's taught you how to take your mind apart or taught you how to look for those gremlins. It's not something you take in school. And hopefully this company, that's my intention, is to reach women all around the world, because women, we're the change makers. We teach our husbands, we teach our children, we teach our bosses what is acceptable and what is not. What is the standard and what is not. This Western women are going to change the face of the world. I totally believe it. 100%, hands down. Dalai Lama said it. I'm on board. I got the mic. If you're all listening, amazing. Let's do this.
Yeah. And again, being visible isn't about us. And I think if we can really wrap our head around that this is to help others, which is most of our driving force. I know that most women, our driving force is to help others. And in order to do that, we have to get visible and not focus on ourselves, focus on our message, focus on what we can do to help other people. And then, like you said, all of a sudden, not are you only getting compliments from other people. And, even if you aren't getting support, I know for myself, all of a sudden my crooked teeth didn't matter. My long gangling fingers didn't matter. Like, I was watching these videos myself and going, I really feel like I've reached somebody. I really feel like I've made a difference. And that was really a cool experience for me, because I am one of those people that has always, struggled with that self-love of my actual physical appearance. I think there are a lot of women, for many reasons, that have a challenge with that. And so, I really, really was never in love with myself for a lot of years. It was always never good enough. And so when I started doing the 30-day challenge, my gift to me from that was really loving myself and really realizing that I'm more, again, than my crooked teeth and my long nail or long fingers. And, I am a message. I am, an influence. I am somebody that is helping other people have a better life. And that means so much more. And now when I look at myself, I see myself, and I don't mean to sound weird or braggy, but like, I see myself as a beautiful person because of what I stand for and what I'm accomplishing. So I'm so much more than my physical reality. And I hope, I hope that anybody watching this is hearing that we are so much more. And it's unfortunate that we allow ourselves to get so caught up in, what society or culture is, making us believe is what we should be. And of course, they have to do that. That's part of marketing for them, right? That's how they sell their products.
Everybody needs to be a size 0 and have big boobs and Botox lips and not an ounce of fat and blah, de blah. There's a lot of image distortion around women, 1,000%. And that also affects your business, like Courtney said, your ability. But here's what she said that was really important, is that it is not about you. If you think about, people say, oh my God, but my family's gonna, they're gonna judge me if I get out there and I say I'm an expert and my friends are gonna think I'm weird. Yeah, okay, so what? Family and your friends are gonna buy from you. They're always gonna see you as that snot-nosed little kid. But what about all the other people that you're gonna impact and whose lives are gonna change, that you're gonna rob of that experience by making it about you? So stop making it about you. It's not about you. Not about you. And like Courtney said, there's so many women, there's so many nuggets, there's so many gifts that come from breaking through that visibility block. And we absolutely 1,000% want to help you. I mean, we want to celebrate with you. We want you to hit your income goals. We want you to not be struggling with, these visibility blocks. It's ridiculous. Let's get rid of it. Let's, help you overcome that. Claire's like, my financial advisor is calling me in 5 minutes so I can get started. Woohoo! Yeah, awesome. Get started. Make it happen.
And not to interrupt, Vanessa, but I started this journey with you in April of 2017. So it's only been 4 months? April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, we're going on 5 months. And my husband and I were chatting about the income that we've been able to produce. And I've already in 5 months what it took me all year to produce, before this program. And that was a job where I was working 16 hours a day with travel. I was not having a life. And now I have a normal, 8-ish hour day, sometimes more, because I am a workaholic. I'm not going to lie, but I love my work. But I could work.
You love empowering women. You love rallying the troops, and you're great at it. And, it's not nice to do. People always ask me, well, what do you do in a day? I'm like, well, I write emails, I do videos. I love working in the morning, not so much in the late afternoon or evening. It's family time, but I love my work. It's not like I don't want to work. I love it. I love checking in on the Facebook group and seeing all these wins and celebrations and woohoo, coming out of the client. Oh my God, it's working. Ah, sales are happening. I love that shit. That's like kryptonite.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, this weekend I was able to go in the woods with my husband on Saturday. We have what's called a side-by-side. That's a 4-wheeler to some people, or a quad, depending on where in the world you live. And I was working almost every Saturday before. So I was missing out on hubby time. I was missing out on this weekend. We're going to Acadia to watch my son play university basketball. And I wouldn't have been able to do that before this opportunity. So thank you for helping me grow and giving me the opportunity to do the 10K and 30-day program. And
she came as a client. And then I did a client interview with her, and I was like, do you want to help us with the sales team? Years of sales experience. So, kudos for leaning in and saying yes to yourself. And I think this is a really, interesting moment to really talk about what it is costing you. Not to have, we talk about sales attraction systems. All right. So we're having like not a woo conversation, but we're having a very real conversation about your visibility blocks. But oftentimes, if you're not willing to be visible, then that's gonna, all these mindset barriers, all of these beliefs are really gonna stop you from doing the important things that you need to do in your business, like building systems, building ways to be visible, building, getting your payment gateway system up, getting a marketing strategy that you can wrap your head around. That's simple, right? Getting into action, doing the right things. What is that costing you? Maybe you were like Courtney, who's, in a job 16 hours a day, no life, no weekends, no family. Maybe you're working 2 jobs or 3 jobs. You know, maybe you're like I was, you know, making money, great money. Same thing with Courtney, making great money, but had no life. Like I was a road warrior, traveling every single travel. I had to go for 10 days to a store, sell the mops, come back. No cats, no dogs, no boyfriends, no friends. Couldn't go to a freaking yoga class. You know what I mean? I was a road warrior. I lived in the freaking hotel and I lived in the malls. It was awful. You know, was not my purpose. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that's what it's costing you, is this like, oh shit, my life, you know, is not what it could be. I get that. You know, this is a really serious question. What is it costing you? What is it costing your family? Because I'm going to be honest with you, there are people needing your services. They buy them every single month. And this is my invitation for you guys here today. You know, if you want to have an amazing income, if you want to make, you know, a 6-figure income from coaching, apply today. The link here, I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'll type it into the chat as well. takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Apply to speak with somebody from our team. And, you know, it's not a sales call. We really want to find out, you know, where you are in your journey as an entrepreneur. And really, we want to find out what's best for you. Maybe what's best for you is, you know, to join our 10K program, or maybe our bikini business, you know, year-long program. Maybe what's best for you is to do some real inner mindset work. Maybe what's best for you is to set up your systems. You know, maybe what's best for you is not to work with us, but it's a free call. We're going to find out really what's best for you in your journey. And if we can help you, we'll definitely, you know, show you how to get started. If not, we'll give you some really great resources. First and foremost, you know, we definitely want to help you how to overcome fear and thrive. And again, we talked about this in the beginning. What got you where you are now is not what's going to get you where you want to go. You need to do something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Watching YouTube free videos, still not clear with how to language or market yourself, and frustrated. So here's my invitation for you guys today. Do something different. You have no risk. It's a free call. The risk is on me. And who knows what's possible. Let me show you guys what's possible. Let me just back this up here. If you haven't seen, you know, the beginning of this presentation, or you're joining us halfway through, maybe if you're here in the lives, these are some of our clients. Signed up 2 full paid clients for 12 grand in the last 30 days. How does it get better than that? What would it be like for you if you can make 12 grand in 30 days? Most people would fall off the damn chair. My coupon cutting family would freaking probably internally combust into flames if that happened to them. You know, oh my God. Grateful for another 6 grand. Client today, that's $28,000 this month. Most people don't make that in a year. Do you know the average American income is $30,000 a year? Imagine you can make that in a month. That's what systems allow you to do. That's what consistent marketing allows you to do. This client made 4 clients come in within 30 days. It was the same client in our Skyrocket Your Confidence in our year-long program. Wonderful woman. And she was like, oh my God, Vanessa, online marketing, this online stuff freaks me out. What do I have to do? Tell me what to do. You know, and she was doing some little workshops, showed her how to make offers, boom, 4 clients. You know, some people come to us and they don't have any, you know, they're starting from scratch. Great, no problem. Some people come to us with emails. A lot of people ask us that, Vanessa, do I need to have a website? Do I need to have an email list? No. You just have to be willing to learn, man. You got to be willing to strap your tits on, lean in. You got to be coachable. And you just got to follow our recipe, guys. You know, I've taken hundreds and hundreds of women through this recipe now over the last 10 years. It works. I'm not looking for people to say like, does it work? No, it works, but do you work? Are you going to put it to use? Are you going to freaking get up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and implement it and build these systems? Are you going to work on your mindset every day? Because if you do, you're going to make money. And you know what? The rock stars who come, this one over here who came to work with me, she said, Vanessa, I found so much value in the accountability and the mindset stuff you have here. So make no mistake. If you think that you're going to get away with, oh yeah, but I got all these systems. Yeah. Well, guess what? Accountability, consistency, your mindset, that's going to, their ability to lean in, that's going to follow you all the way through your journey as an entrepreneur. It's never going to stop. You know, I still have to lean in. Hire a COO. Get this done. Do that. You know, it's never stop, nonstop. You know, but the rewards are amazing. What you can afford your family. Took the whole family to freaking Hawaii this summer. Here we go. Who gives a shit how much it costs? Have a good time. Flew my mom in, the kids, the husband, the sister, her husband, and one of my bridesmaids. Had a great time. Showed people all my favorite places. You can't put a price tag on creating memories like that. So I'm going to take another little sweep here with our comments. Totally enjoyed this conversation. And Claire is here. She's saying Canadian quad. Lisa's here as well. One last comment here that Sandy says, you know, I recently just released that it's not about your looks. People focus on it too often. I'm working on getting past the fear of being successful. That is a great comment, you know, and like some people, like you say, are afraid of failure. There's a lot of people that are afraid of, holy shit, what if it works? Oh my God, what if it works? That's also resistance. I just made a video yesterday. Maybe this can be the topic of our next conversation, you know, overcoming your resistance to creating a life you love. We talk about fear, but resistance. This is a whole other bag of fish. And I kind of loop it in the same bag of fish as fear, but resistance is something altogether different. And I made a video about that the other day. So you're right, you know, the fear of success is its own form of resistance. There's another layer. And so this is when we're talking about, you know, breaking through and looking at all these gremlins. Oh my gosh, this is another part of it. What if I win? What if I do this stuff and I succeed? And maybe you have an idea or belief that if I make so much money, the government's going to come and get you. Your family's going to come and get you. It's not safe. So we've got to do some excavating here and some digging in and finding out what really lives in your subconscious. And if you don't like this here in your physical world, let's go in and change that so you can have a different expression. That's all it is. We can definitely, you guys can do it, but you have to be willing to lean in. You have to be willing to invest in yourself and learn what it is you don't know. And you got to be able to take a risk. You got to be able to take a risk on yourself. If you guys don't take a risk on yourself, how in the hell do you expect anybody else to? You want to make, you know, $100,000 a year? You know how much money I've invested into myself to get to where I am today? I don't even want to know. There's a lot. And it keeps going. It's not over yet. You know, so long conversation. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you again, Courtney, for joining us and sparking these wonderful stories and questions. Thank you, Rockstars, for joining us here live, whether you're on Facebook, watching the replay, if you're on YouTube, if you're on our pages. Drop us any comments or questions here. I do like to check in and, you know, answer any questions that I have. Even if you're watching the replay, I'll take a twirl here after this video is over and answer any questions that we have. And again, if you're struggling with your business, don't struggle. Just join us. Apply today. 10K, takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. I'll pop the link here underneath the video for you guys to apply. Absolutely free call. And you'll get on the phone with a member of our team and we'll find out where you're stuck. You know, what the heck is preventing you from having the life and the business that you want? Is it resistance? You know, is it fear? Is it fear of success? Is it visibility blocks? You know, what is it? And if it makes sense to work together, great. They'll show you how to do that. And if not, they'll give you some really awesome resources. But find out, like, what does it cost you? 45 minutes of your time? What does it cost you? So no risk here on your part. And you know, some people email us and say it was the best freaking, I learned so much from my clarity call. I got so much value from it. Oh my God, it was amazing. So my gift to you guys today. I hope you have an amazing day, rock stars. I love you.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thanks, Courtney. Bye, everyone.
Bye.